28 world leaders gather anywhere, a digital army follows. Journalists, advisors, security detail, logged in and charged up. But could new technology have provided a keyhole through which the private conversations of Angela Merkel were recorded by America?
Spying among friends does not work at all. This is what I said in June when he was in Berlin, in July and also yesterday on the phone. And this is in the interest of the German citizens. This is not about me specifically, but about all citizens. We need trust among partners, and this trust needs to be restored now.
The French leader's also angry. Millions of phone calls and text messages allegedly intercepted there. Both leaders called President Obama and sought an explanation from American diplomats. A global spat now focused on Brussels. That's because one of the key items on the agenda of this summit was data protection, safeguarding European citizens from invasions of privacy in a digital age. But probably what they had in mind were cyber criminals, not key allies. Attempts by the US government to calm the growing row achieved the opposite when the administration spokesman refused to deny it had happened.
The president assured the chancellor that the United States is not monitoring and will not monitor the communications of the chancellor.
For Angela Merkel, this hits home. A leader so attached to her mobile, she bought 10,000 specially encrypted handsets for her and her staff. Her background also highlights sensitivities.
I think it's quite a serious breach of trust, just because I think it's beyond imagination for Mrs. Merkel. She herself growing up in a country in the GDR in the eastern part of Germany where phone tapping was quite pervasive, and so I think she's never been imagining that something like this could also be happening from a friend, a close ally to Germany.
But don't all countries spy on each other, even friends, to understand their real negotiating position, their priorities and their red lines? A former Prime Minister of Belgium says rarely on this scale.
And the problem is not spying, the problem is then when it is discovered that you are spying. That's the problem. Normally spy activities, everybody knows that they exist. But when we see the scale now, then you say, oh, the US, is that a friendly country? Are we friends or not?
This was a dense summit focusing on competition, economic union and migrant disasters. Now a transatlantic row has united this frequently bickering union in shared anger.